Many years ago, I left Ireland to teach English abroad. And as I sat in a cafe in Barcelona, I remember thinking, isn't it a great thing that we speak English rather than Irish? Because English enabled us to travel and enabled us to make a living. And of course, English is loaded with all the cultural baggage of colonialism. So I began imagining, I suppose, what it was like to be colonized by the Roman Empire and to be a citizen of the Roman Empire in the way that we were citizens of the English language empire. And of course, the other thing about this poem is that every poet sometimes in his life has the feeling that he's not actually in control of the language, but that the language is in control of him and is using him for something, but what it is, we don't really know. So this poem is called Latin as a Foreign Language. I suppose I should feel somehow vindicated to see our declensions bite deeper than our legionary swords. But somehow I don't. We're a mixed lot here, devils to drink. Old senatorial types and discarded favourites, poets without patrons, etc. When asked why they're here, they might answer about duty to the empire, missionary zeal, or simply the spirit of adventure. All rot, of course. No one leaves Rome unless he has to, or not exactly because he has to, like a vulgar soldier in a conscripted legion, but things somehow conspire to force him out. Not all poets find patrons, not all fit smoothly into public life. You know how it is. One wrong word in the wrong ear, one fateful opportunity fluffed, and you may as well forget it. Who understands these things? Some say they lie in the lap of the gods, but either way we end up here in the backwaters of empire, drumming our illustrious tongue into barbarian skulls, polishing up the phrases of the oafs who govern in Rome's name. Like I said, a mixed lot, refugees all from obscure failures. Some marry local girls and sprout blonde beards and curls overnight. Poor bastards. How can they take seriously those bovine bodies, those gaudy faces lisping bad breath? Who could write poetry for such as these? I think about these things a lot, but come to no conclusion. During the freezing winter nights, sitting round the wine and olives, telling tales of sunnier days, sucking ancient bits of gossip down to the dry pit, Cato elaborates his pet theory. How Rome will someday crumble to dust beneath the barbarian heel, and only our precious language will survive, a frail silken line flung across the years. But I don't know. Who among these barbarians would give a fart in his bearskin for Horace or Virgil or any of us? All they want is enough to haggle with a Sicilian merchant or cheat the Roman tax collector out of his rightful due. But late at night, when I stumble out into the sleet and cold I was not born to, and feel the threatening hug of those massive forests, stuffed with nameless beasts, and the great godless northern sky threatening me with its emptiness and indifference to me and all that are like me, then sometimes I think he may be right, that we are the galley slaves sweating below, bearing the beautiful princess who sits in the prow across the ocean to her unknown lover.